Okay. So how do we find the x-intercept for B? Plug in 0 for what? Y. So we're finding our x-intercept. That means that y equals 0. So 3x plus 5 times 0 equals 30. What's 5 times 0? 0. So 3x plus 0 equals 30. What's 3x plus 0? 3x. You don't really have to do all this, okay? And then we divide what?
3.
By 3. Now some of you may be able to do this in your head. That's fine. So you may not. Right? Now, x equals 10. That means 10 is my x-intercept. But the ordered pair is 10, 0. Okay? That's the ordered pair for the x-intercept. Alright, does that make sense? Okay. Now to find the y-intercept, what's 0?
X.
Good. X is 0. So that means we have 3 times 0 plus 5y equals 30, right? We know 3 times 0 is 0. So we can just not write that if you don't want to. Okay, so like when I kept the 0, you don't have to write that 0. You can just say, oh, 3 times 0 is 0. I know it's 0. 0 plus 5 is just 5. So you can just do that. Now what? Divide by 5. So y equals 6. So that means our y-intercept is 0, 6. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. This one again. X-intercept. What does that mean? Y equals 0. So 0 equals negative 4x plus 2. First thing. Good. Subtract 2 from both sides. Minus 2 equals negative 4x. Now what? Not just 4, but negative 4, right? No, you don't get 2, you get 0.5. Okay. So then x is 0.5. So that means the x-intercept is what?
0.
0.5, 0 long. Okay. Because I'm finding an x value when y was 0, right? So it's 0.5, 0. Any questions? No? David, how's it going? Good? Okay. To find the y-intercept, what's 0? So I plug in 0 for x. Y equals negative 4 times 0 plus 2. 4 times 0 is 0, so y equals 2. I like that one. That was easy. So that means this y-intercept is 0, 2. Does that make sense, guys? Yes, Serena? Sure. Does that make sense? Yeah, are there any questions about B or C?
No.
Okay. Now I don't want to have, if the B and C were not making sense, then I'm going to give you the answers for D, and next time we take a moment, I want you to try D out. Okay? So for D, what do we get for the x-intercept? 5, 0. And the y-intercept was 5, 0, and 0, negative 4. So you're going to write those down and try D later. That's fine? Okay. Are there any questions? No? No questions? Okay. Now, all these examples we did are 2 different forms. Hold on, put that phone away. Okay. All these are 2 different forms. All right? B and D look a lot alike, don't they? Right? C and A look alike. I wrote A backwards, so you can just plug it right in your calculator. All right, I put the Y on the wrong side. Okay. Now, A and C are a special form that you might know. What's that form called? Anybody know? You know what I'm talking about? Now you have a little bit of space on the bottom of your page. You want to write this down there. Okay? It's called the slope intercept form. You knew it. Why didn't you say it then? Because you were nervous that you had the wrong thing, weren't you? Okay. It's called the slope intercept form. Now, your calculator gives a slope intercept form like this. Y equals AX plus B. We just did that line regression, didn't we?
Yep.
Right? What's the A? What does the A stand for?
Number.
It is a number, right? But what number is it? It's a special number. Okay, maybe let's look at C. Let's look at C. Is there anything special about A? Was -4 ever an answer for C? No. So there's not really anything special about what we did earlier. Okay. Is there anything special about 2? Was 2 ever an answer?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 is the answer where?
Y.
Y-intercept, right? So that means B is the
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Okay? So that's the intercept part. So then what's A? Nope. The slope. Okay. You may have seen A as an M before. Some textbooks use M instead of A, but our calculator uses A. Alright? So B is the y-intercept, A is the slope. Alright? So the x-intercept we actually have to do algebra for. Plug in 0 for y, solve for x. But if I get one in the slope-intercept form, then I can just know that B is the slope. Or not the slope, I can know that B is the y-intercept. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? Any questions? Okay. Example 2. Alright, we're turn. Oh, nice one, you turn your mark. Yeah. Further down the page to example 2. Okay. Example 2 says, let's graph these equations by using the x and y intercepts. Now, hopefully you wrote those all down, the x and y intercepts, right? Because we need to graph the equations now, right? Or graph line. So example 2 says, use the x and y intercept to graph each equation, right? So I'm going to zoom in on my graph for a second, right? Now let's look at A first, right? What were our points? What was our x-intercept for A? Guys, what was our x-intercept for A? Negative 0.67. Right? And what's our y-intercept for A? 0.2. Okay. So, how many points do I need to make a graph? 2. Right? 2 points. So if I graph these 2 points, we can connect them and make our line. Perfect. So, negative 0.67 comma 0. Negative side's over here. 0.67 is just a little bit less than 1. So we'll call it that dot right there. 0.2, where's that? Above the x or below the x-axis? Above. Right here. So now to make my line, what do I do with those 2 points? Connect them. Once again, does this feel like review for you guys?
Yeah.
We kind of did this a little bit with regression lines too, didn't we? So then there is our line. Right? And notice I didn't just connect the points. I drew the line past the points on both ends. And I put arrows on it because lines go on forever. Right? Can you guys do B? Bless you.
Ew.
Can you guys do B?